Hey, Dan Meyer here, and I want to thank you for listening to this video and being part of this event today. So basically, my name is Dan Meyer, and I am the president and founder of Sonic Virtual Assistant. It's a virtual staffing agency where we provide Filipino talent to American small business owners. Basically, I take the requirements of what an American business owner needs, things like graphic design, web development, video editing, and I find the right Filipino virtual assistant that can fill that requirement. And so basically I match them together. That's one of the things I do. I've also done a lot of other things during my last 12 years here in the Philippines. I have a digital nomad company called Go Mighty PH that we just launched to be able to provide virtual assistant services for digital nomads. Digital nomads, of course, are people that can work from anywhere, have laptop, will travel. I'm sure a lot of you aspire to be able to travel, get out there and see the country and see the world. And a lot of you will have opportunity to do that as a digital nomad or as a virtual assistant. I've also done a lot of training in the call center industry. I've been a call center corporate trainer on data analytics for the last 12 years. So I've had a lot of time here in the Philippines to be able to figure out what is coming as far as opportunity for Filipinos and help them prepare to meet these opportunities. So I've been basically here in the Philippines doing training and coaching and talks like this to be able to help everyone here in the Philippines, level up and take advantage of what's out there in the world today. And so that's where my topic today will talk about. I'll spend a few minutes talking to you about basically harnessing technology and innovation for economic growth in the Philippines. So harnessing technology and innovation is a very broad topic, and I want to kind of bring it down to something very specific. So my focus today will be about you as an individual going out there and looking for work, and how you can harness technology and innovation for the economic growth of the Philippines, but also for the economic growth of yourself. So we live in a world where it's increasingly about microeconomies, where even though we still have big, huge corporations that are multinational, we have huge government initiatives, more and more people, both in the Philippines and around the world, are finding employment doing things what we call gig work, or doing project work, or doing part-time work where they're really their own boss. So there's never been a better time for a Filipino graduate than the time we have now to get out there into the workforce and really figure out how to chart your own course. You have a choice. You can go the corporate route, find a job, get the security and the benefits that come with a 9-to-5 work. You can work for foreign companies in the U.S., like in a call center job. Maybe you make more, but you also have to work at night. You could think about going overseas. A lot of Filipinos will go overseas to find employment. But what you have before you is something that a lot of people didn't have a few years ago, and that is that you can make your other choice to work for yourself, either from home or wherever your laptop and you can go. So that's the new landscape we have, right? So the Philippines' growth is being increasingly fueled because of technology and innovation. So the Philippines has now become the call center capital of the world. There are more customer service calls coming to the Philippines every day than anywhere else on the planet because of technology and because of the innovation of the Filipino people that adapt to the ability to take customer service calls. Just like we see Filipinos adapting everywhere on the planet when they go to BOFWs, and we see Filipinos adapting to things like digital nomadism. We see Philippines adapting to invite more and more people to come here to enjoy tourism. We see more and more opportunities for Filipino virtual assistants to find work with foreign clients while working from home or while working, remotely from the beach. So this is the economic landscape we're facing. It's very go, go, go. There's a couple factors that really favor the Philippines. Number one is the Philippines is a very young country. The average age here in the Philippines is about 23 years old, whereas in most of Western Europe and the United States, it's over 30. In some parts of the world, it's approaching 40. So the average worker is 40 years old in many parts of the world. Here in the Philippines, the average worker is 23 years old. So that allows a much more youthful workforce that has a longer potential to be a contributor to a company or to be self-employed and earning income yourself. We also live in a place where in the Philippines is the only country in Asia that speaks an American-style English. This is why the call center industry has done so well here. This is why you see so many Filipinos becoming virtual assistants. This is why so many digital nomads want to come to the Philippines, because of the ability to speak English. So we are in a very unique situation, and the current economic landscape here in the Philippines really is go, go, go. Because of the youthful workforce and because of our ability to use English, we're able to do jobs that technology makes easier, faster, quicker, stronger, more accessible. So it's only going to get easier and easier for Filipino VAs or Filipino gig workers to have careers doing video editing or making graphics on Canva, or getting out there and making websites or developing social media pages, or helping clients, especially older clients that are from abroad, do things like make TikTok videos. So it's a really, really go, go, go growth landscape. The second thing I'll talk to you about really is the massive power of technology for growth. So most of you probably heard, like about a week ago or so, Facebook dropped a new app called Threads, right? So it comes from Meta, Facebook's parent company, and it added 30 million users in the first day. It was crazy ridiculous, right? I saw it drop, and I got on in the beginning, like in the first couple hours I was on it, and I'm like the 5 millionth person to join. It was crazy. And Threads, basically, if you're not familiar with it, is Facebook's competitor for Twitter. And so they launched it, and it's massively successful. And it's disrupting Twitter like crazy. So you're going to see this massive power for technology and growth. Things keep coming quicker. They keep coming easier to use. And this is massively disrupting ways that we used to do business. A few years ago in the Philippines, it was very hard to find a way to get around. You had to go to a bus transpo terminal, or you had to go find a taxi, or you had to signal for a driver to come pick you up. Nobody was doing self-employed work. There was no Grab drivers, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Now there are. All these apps allow us to do things like have our food delivered, or to book a ride to go to Manila, or to be able to know exactly what time a bus leaves Baguio to go to La Union. All right, so basically these kind of things didn't exist. They have been massively disruptive. So people find work doing these things, right? So you are young and you are tech savvy. You grew up with social media. You've had a smartphone in your hand since you were a kid. So you get it. And you're going to be very employable to companies and organizations and entrepreneurs who need young tech savvy people to help them launch their startup. Who knows what the next Grab is? Who knows what the next Waze is? Who knows what the next Threads is? But when it gets here, it's going to require people like you. So the massive power of technology for growth is crazy. And we haven't even talked about artificial intelligence, which ups this even more. So if any of you out there watching this video are asking, what kind of skills should I have to find work today? It should be anything to do with AI. You should already have been using ChatGPT. If you're not, you're behind the curve. Some of your peers are, and they're going to be able to find jobs quicker and faster because they know how to use AI better than you. So don't get stuck behind the curve. Start embracing AI. Think about all the things that we can do with artificial intelligence. Think about Netflix, how Netflix, for every individual user of Netflix has recommendations that are different than everybody else's. And your recommendations are basically determined on what you like to watch, what your previous watch history is. It's based on your geographics of where you're located, based on the demographics of your age and your background. All these things factor into your recommendations on Netflix. And it's all driven by an AI algorithm. Think about, what makes things go viral on IG. What causes TikToks to go viral? It's not just luck. There's a lot of science behind it. And understanding the algorithms that push things to the top is important. You can find a lot of work being a social media manager or being an expert on social media analytics out there if you have those kind of skills. So embracing technology, using it to help you figure out what your jobs are going to be in the future. That's really key. Right? So you want to understand that right now we have a very hyper-competitive, hyper-accelerating growth economy, and technology is the primary reason driving it. So I hope that makes sense. The next thing I'll talk about is that you have to constantly foster an innovative mindset. So things don't stay the same anymore. Things move quickly, and you have to stay ahead of the game. You can't learn a skill and use that same skill for 20 years for a job anymore. Whatever skills you learn today will either be augmented by AI or replaced by AI at some point. So everything you do, you need to think about how to stay innovative. And you have to have a mindset embracing this kind of change. And I think this is good because you guys have adapted, right? You had to go through most of your life going to school, and then you had a couple years of having to do school from home. You've adapted. You're innovative. You figure things out. And so keep using that when you enter the workforce. Keep thinking how to harness your embrace of technology and innovation for your own economic growth. And if you're able to find employment, either working for somebody or working for yourself, that will benefit the Philippines as a whole. Part of why people are so bullish on the Philippines economy is because of this youthful, tech-oriented, English-speaking workforce that can work for anybody on the planet and do anything that can be done from a computer. It's very, very cool. So that's the next thing you have to do is foster innovative mindsets. The next thing, number 4, is beware of the dark side of these technologies, right? So the dark side meaning AI, we've all watched movies where AI takes over the world, right? We've all seen things like Terminator or Star Trek or, you've seen things like the Avengers fighting Ultron. I mean, there's always these things about AI is going to do something, right? And we have to be careful because we've seen AI make deep fakes. We've seen AI be used in elections to be able to push false or fake news. We know that AI is going to continue to be something to be wary of. We also have to understand how AI impacts ourselves. What we can do with AI, what we can learn to be able to be part of the new technologies and the new jobs that are created. You also have to worry about, how we're going as a world as far as our mental health. The dark side of social media is that we're always trying to get validated. Even if we try not to use social media, when we go on it, we want more likes. We want more people commenting on our stuff. We want more views. And it's making us a very different kind of person, much more dependent on other people's thinking what they think about us. And even as much as we try to be independent thinkers and not give in to the tendencies of worrying about FOMO, this fear of missing out is real. So there's a dark side to these technologies, and we have to be wary of them. And I put it to you guys, you're the future, right? So you are the future AI architects. You're the future social media managers. You're the future gurus of whatever new technology comes after Threads, right? So this is your time to help fix things that weren't done right and set the course for an optimistic, positive, bright future. And the Philippines is at the center of this optimistic, bright future because of the youthful workforce that you're part of, because of the ability to speak English and be able to work with technology. So believe it or not, the Philippines is one of these bright shining stars in the world right now when it comes to how to use technology and innovation for future economic growth. So the last thing I'll talk about really is the call to action that you face, right? There's a race to the future. We are competing, sometimes friendly, sometimes not friendly, with other countries to be able to be this great shining beacon of light that helps people move towards the future. There are a lot of students in Malaysia, Indonesia, and Vietnam doing the same things that you're doing. There are a lot of fresh graduates hitting the workforce with all these skills. So the difference is you have to make your skills as good as better than them. So even though once you finish school, you're never going to stop learning. You have to embrace that this call to action that you have is to be a constant learner and embracer of things new to keep yourself innovative so that you can win the race. So when you get out there, think about the jobs that you love to do. Think about the things that you already have a passion for. If you're already making your own videos, then you can start finding work as a video editor today. Companies and individuals and entrepreneurs all over the world need help editing videos using CapCut or Filmora or Adobe. Also, if you know how to make graphics, you can use Canva. Canva's free. Everyone can access Canva, but a lot of people aren't good at making good graphics on Canva. Opportunity right there. If you want to be able to do web development or web design, it's never been easier to learn how to do web development by just watching Google or YouTube videos. If you YouTube anything, you're going to find somebody's an expert who's already made videos training you how to do it. So you don't have to enroll in a formal education. You don't have to take a course to be certified. You can self-teach. Almost anything you need to learn, you can learn by watching videos. And this is another unique opportunity for you. You are already a head start in this race to the future because you're probably watching a lot of videos now. So instead of watching videos about Mr. Beast or anybody else on YouTube that's just funny, block off a little bit of time to watch some videos about an expert in data analytics, or an expert in digital nomading, or an expert in other things that people want you to work for them for. What will get you paid? I always tell people that you want to find what you're best at, and you want to absolutely lean into it. You want to embrace what you're a genius of and just start getting paid to do it. You can do that working for a company, you can do that working for yourself. Whatever you choose to do though, you need to think about the future of work and your place in it. So this is my talk for today. I hope it helped really get out there and think about the skills that you have right now or you can learn quickly that you like doing that will find you employment. And you don't just need a job anymore. You need to find something that satisfies you. You need something that fuels your interest and allows you to have the lifestyle you want. If you don't want to work in an office, you don't have to. You can work from home or you can work from the beach. All you have to do is ensure that you constantly train yourself to make sure that you're adaptable and that you're innovative and that you're embracing this new technology. So I wish you all the best. I wish I was there in person. I'm sure you're having a great day at this event. Feel free to follow me on social media. Check out my YouTube channel, Dan Meyer, Virtual Staffing Expert, and please subscribe. Otherwise, learn from the rest of the speakers. Be part of this movement to help figure out how to push the Philippines forward. I wish you all the best. Now, I hope you get out there and you have an amazing rest of your day. Take care.